Welcome to the Half in the Bag Disc Golf Podcast, streaming to you as part of the Joe's Disc Golf Podcast Network. And here are your hosts, Ben, Joe, and RJ.
Yeah.
Yay! It's Half in the Bag Disc Golf Podcast.
Jazz hands.
That's the new theme song. We paid a really highly respected composer for that.
Oh, yeah. Next, John Williams.
Sin Smithsonian.
Yeah. Anders Smith.
Welcome to Half the Bag Disc Golf, everybody. Your two hosts here, as we're missing our third.
Yep.
Some do call him the leg, but some don't. I guess it depends on how well you know him.
Tripod joke in there somewhere.
Oh God, I'm so tired. Wow.
Well, I'm drinking water. Or vodka. Just straight.
I ran out of water. I forgot to go get more before we hit record.
Go team.
You know.
Go team.
So, you know, it's been a long day. I ran D&D for 4 hours today. You know,
nice.
And a 3-year-old, so yeah.
Oh boy. That sounds like fun.
It's a long day.
I went out for my mother-in-law and brother-in-law's birthdays. They're a couple days apart, so we
nice.
celebrated both of them today. And yeah, we had pizza and went bowling. Yep.
Not disc golf,
shot
but,
the hot score.
Ooh, did you get many chickens, which is 3 zeros in a row?
No.
Oh,
I got
what'd you get?
170. And my
Nice.
other brother-in-law shot a 150, and then everybody else was around 100. So
Nice.
there was that. I probably could have shot better, but we paid for time, and there were 7 of us on one lane.
Yeah.
We barely finished the last person in the 10th frame. Like,
Nice.
my 10th frame, I bowled my ball. I got a strike. I bowled my brother-in-law's ball, which was close to the same weight but lighter, and I got 8 pins. And then I picked up just the next ball that my hand fit in, and I got 1 more pin.
Nice.
That was pretty much how fast can you just go?
Speed bowling.
Basically, an hour for 7 people is just not quite long enough for one lane.
Well, I was like, I didn't realize that bowling alleys did by time anymore.
Yeah, this place did.
Because I was
For
just
some
like,
reason.
usually it's just number of games you want to play.
Yeah, usually. That's what I was
You know.
expecting. I was like, oh, we'll play a game. It'll be fine. Nope.
It would be really strange if you had to pay for time on a disc golf course and not just, you know, hey, welcome, pay an entry fee, and then, you know, when you're done,
Yeah.
go away.
That, I mean, there are some courses that I have 18 holes played in 45 minutes. But
yeah, but I mean, like,
it was me by myself,
yeah.
basically going as fast, like throw the disc, and before it even lands, I'm following it. I'm going.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, and the lawn was freshly mowed. There were no leaves.
It was PFW, so there's only a couple holes with grass. The rest are in the woods, and it was over the summer, so the leaves weren't really down. So
Nice.
and I stayed mostly on the fairway or just a hair off where it didn't matter.
Yeah, that's speedy for 18.
Yeah.
Like, oof, you were.
But
huffing it.
fortunately, the holes were like the holes there are like one right after the other. There's not a big walk between any of them. So
were you like getting married later that afternoon?
I was trying to beat sunset. I had a hard limit of like an hour.
Yeah, especially in the woods. You don't really want to
I mean,
be stuck in the middle of nowhere.
theoretically, I had like an hour and a half, but we've all played in the woods. It's about a half hour short of what you'd call sunset.
When
Give or
the sun
take.
sinks low enough, you go,
I can't see
it's dark in
anything.
here.
I can't even see my pink frisbees on the ground.
Someone shows up the next day. Why is there just a disc in the middle of the fairway? What is happening?
Yep.
Like they call you and they're like concerned. They're like, so I found your disc. Are you
It was
okay?"
in the middle of the fairway.
Like, are you in the hospital? Like, is everything cool? Do I need to bring you lunch? And you're like, oh no, it just got too dark. You're like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, then I'm still holding this disc hostage for a beer.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for my new lid for my water bottle here.
Oh, what happened to the old lid?
I dropped it.
Oh,
I dropped the whole water bottle, 40-ounce water bottle, and it landed on like the part that rotates to take the lid off,
got it.
and it broke into a lot of little pieces. Fortunately,
Always good.
LTT store sells them for $5.
Oh,
So
it must be common enough of a problem that they're like, you can just buy a new one. Here you go.
basically, well, it used to be where they had the old style lid where it just you take the whole thing off, drink from it like I have. This one has like the little spout on top.
Fancy.
Oh yes, pinky up.
Yes.
But
Put it in my wheeled golf bag.
I ordered that on Tuesday, and the post office, because it's coming from Canada.
Good old Canada.
Yeah. The post office says that they got the information,
Okay.
and allegedly it hasn't been shipped. But according to the LTT website or the store site, it has been shipped. So I believe them over the post office.
Well, my guess is that the post office won't actually specifically be like, oh yeah, it's been shipped until it's actually gone through customs, even though it's
Yeah.
such a small part. But oh my goodness, I'm not even gonna get started on customs.
Oh,
Yeesh.
yeah. And so last week, So last week I bought the replacement part for my cart that broke. The lower
yes,
clamp.
okay, mhm,
Yes.
yep, mhm.
Yes. Well, they shipped the upper clamp, which is a very different part.
No.
So I emailed the guy. I was like, hey, you sent the wrong part. It's $5. They're both the same price. They're both
Yeah.
$5. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, hey, whatever. Do you want it back or not? He's like, no, whatever. Just keep it. I was like, but I don't need it. This is
But
just
you
taking up
might.
space. And I get it. I mean, assuming a normal margin and he's selling it for $5, like,
Yeah.
it's not worth the cost of shipping. It really isn't.
Not these days.
Yeah. So the post office was supposed to drop it off on Friday and then Saturday and now tomorrow. It is in Fort Wayne. It was stuck in Indy on Friday, and then it got in sometime late Friday, and it said, yep, it'll be out Saturday. Well, I watched the mailman drive by and not drop it off.
Yep.
And the website was still claiming that it was going to be dropped off, despite the fact that it said at the same time, like, processing in local distribution center. And I was like, you don't even say it's out for delivery, and you say it's going to be delivered today. I don't believe you. So Monday, maybe, trick or treat. I'll just hold my bag open when the mailman comes by.
Do you have things for me, please?
Yeah. The guy said he's like, hey, I'll send it to you. And on top of that, there's a special surprise in there.
Ooh.
So I don't know what's legal in
it's
Massachusetts.
A sticker.
I got one already from the first order, and
maybe he
and
put
2
in
dum-dums.
Oh, you know what?
It's gonna be candy.
I bet I was gonna say.
gonna
I
be a
bet
Tootsie
you're
Pop.
gonna get 2 dum-dums and maybe a fun-sized Snickers bar.
Ooh.
Yeah. That way, in
Yeah.
case you're hungry, you can become like half Joe, half Betty White.
Yeah.
It's not the full Snickers.
Exactly. Yeah. It's no Sweetwater candy, but
Hey,
You know.
I do love getting me some Sweetwater packages because I like the bit
know.
of honeys, and no
They're
one else in the
good.
office likes the bit of honeys, and I'm just like, hell yeah.
so you can actually put on your order just for candy requests. That is a
Well,
thing. You can just
you
say
know
bit of
what?
honeys only.
The person who does all the purchasing, I doubt, understands that that's an option. It should be
Yes.
fired anyway, but
That's a separate story.
that's a completely separate thing.
Oh, yay.
Yay.
Oh.
So
Disc golf.
my week has been about as interesting in terms of the shipping things, but I actually got the stuff that I wanted, and
Yay.
the USPS website did not lie to me.
They've lied a lot.
They did not lie to me at all. Like, I was like, originally they said it was going to be delivered on Tuesday. It actually came on Monday.
Ooh.
I was like, ooh, it's here early.
See, here's the thing. They just got to keep the average between
Yeah.
you and me.
Yep, that's it.
That's how I look at it.
I got a bunch of magic cards. That's what I did.
Nice.
Apparently, I needed a sign for my box, but Bean was very excited because the
Okay.
mailman came to the door.
Oh.
He was like, "Dad, you've got a present." So I bartered with him. I was like,
Okay.
"All right, well, Dad will open the box if you eat more green beans." Because he was like, "I'm hungry." I was like, "Well, you left a bunch of vegetables on your stuff, so eat the vegetables. I'll open the box." He's like,
Yep.
"All right."
Deal.
So he's eating green beans as I'm opening the box, and of course, there's now a box in the box, and he's like,
Wait a
"You gotta open
minute.
this box too, Dad." I was like, "All right." So I open it up. He sees the magic booster packs, and he just goes, "Bean wants
Ooh.
those." I was like, "Well, no, bud, you can't have they're part of Dad's game." He's like, "Oh, yeah, but I
Okay.
want to decorate my room with them." And I'm like, "Okay, well, Dad's gonna remove the cards from inside first, and then sure, you can have
You can have the
I'm sorry.
foil. Yeah.
Joe, there's about 12 minutes, 55 seconds. There's going to be a very loud thump as I punched my microphone.
That's okay. I may or may not have hit the boom arm and it went boom.
So, yeah. Bean
You
now
know me.
has a bunch of...
I'm known for my tight editing.
Yep.
I finally EQ'd yours and my voices. So for this episode, it should sound like butter. I don't know if you got
Nice.
a chance to listen to the sample.
I did. I was like, it should sound good. I was going to say, is it the standalone REEQ?
No, this is Adobe Audition.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah. So
'Cause
I got
I
to
was gonna be
I got
like-
to play with a lot of settings. I had no idea what I was doing. But I was like, "Oh, this sounds." I watched a tutorial, and that's how I've learned video and audio editing.
Yep.
And then I just started playing, and then eventually I was like, "That sounds good."
Yeah. I mean, that's how most of the learning in this all happens, unless you go to school for it.
Even then, it's guided experimentation.
Pretty much. So this will lead me into my final Bean story because it was tonight, and we won't get demonetized by YouTube because we're well out of the first minute now.
And we were never monetized.
We are now. Don't you worry about it.
We're like 300 people away, and
Oh,
probably
yeah,
a couple
I
hundred watch hours.
Oh yeah. So anyway,
Yes.
Bean's taking a play bath tonight.
Nice.
And we're getting scrubbed up. Yeah, I'm like, all right, bud, do you want to wash your parts or do you still need help? He's like, Bean's got it. So I give him some soap he's scrubbing up. He just kind of covers everything that he can reach.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
even though I've washed it beforehand, I'm like, it's not guaranteed that he's going to really scrub himself. So I'm like, fine. So, no, like today he gets like a good lather on. And of course, he was a little bit too fractious with one particular part of his anatomy. And he got a little excited.
His big toe.
Yeah. Yes. It's the third leg.
Yes. Little tripod.
The tripod. The mini tripod.
Mini me.
And so, I'm just like, okay, bud, like, I gotta get ready for stuff. And he's just kind of like, no, I want to keep playing. And, so I was leaving the bathroom and I was talking with the wife. And I was like, so, just so you know, Beans popped a bit of a boner and from the bathroom in the tub, you just hear Bean go, Bean's trying to get this bone out of his penis. And he repeats it like 2 or 3 times because Kate just starts dying. I mean, my wife, editor, beep out that name. My wife just starts dying of laughter. I'm trying really hard not to just be dying of laughter. And I was like, well, I have now taught my child boner. But he was like, seriously concerned. He's like, no, Dad, Bean's got to get this bone out of his penis. And I was like,
oh, man.
There's no bone in there, bud. It's okay.
That's like the one time the girl I dated in college, I went over to her house. Her parents were watching her niece, who was 6 or something, 5, 6, something like that. And all of a sudden I come in and I just hear this scream and a small naked child run by, followed by grandma trying to catch her. And I go, oh no, small child. She goes, what? I said, your butt's cracked. She goes, no, it's not. And runs back into the bathroom.
Yep.
They kind of gave me this look like, great, now I got to deal with that. But she's back in the bathroom, so wash. We'll call it a wash.
Yep. Yes.
Oh, so man. I feel bad for my child.
Those are the delightful things in my week.
Yes. Yep.
We'll just not talk about the bad things. I'll tell you later.
Yeah. I did not have any significantly good things or significantly bad things. It's been just kind of a blah week, basically. Although I did conduct an interview. Ooh, and I got an email because I never deleted my Career Builder website. I got contacted by my current employer saying I would be a great fit for a job that I am nowhere near qualified for because I don't have that education.
What are you talking about? Of course you do. They already told you you'd be a great fit. You should just walk into whomever's office and be like, so I got this email. I showed my
supervisor, right? And he just started dying. I was like, guess what? He goes, what, are you trying to leave? I was like, no. Look who it says and look what the job is. He goes, why would they send that? I go, don't look at me. I didn't send it. I don't know. It was for a position for a physical therapist. That is 3 more years of schooling that I do not have as an athletic trainer.
Yep.
While the jobs are similar, I don't no. But I was just like, yeah, no, that's not. Because I asked him, I go up to him, I was like, hey, you want to be a reference for me? He goes, why? I was like, look.
That is really funny, though. So let's talk about the interview, because I know that you're going to post the article tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. So this will be yesterday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, by the time this gets published. Yeah, I interviewed the two fantastic gentlemen at DiscGolf.Law. You can find them on Twitter at DiscGolf.Law. Actually spell out DOT. Or you could go to their website, DiscGolf.Law, because .law is a thing. I didn't know. There's a lot more niche whatever.
.com, net, org, biz,
TV.
gov, TV, law. Oh God, there's.
Do you think
so
there's a
many more.
.prawn? Probably.
That's just called the hub. All roads lead to the hub, sir. You don't need to
That's
worry
the Pizza
about
Hut app.
I do know that there is a .XXX. Now that I do know exists.
That doesn't surprise me.
I'm just like, why are we designating? Isn't this what the internet is for besides cats?
Yep. Yep. Cats and other cats. Oh, man. Man, RJ really needs to come back to this podcast because he is either usually keeping us out of trouble or just missing some good content. I know you're listening.
All of the above, buddy.
Yes.
Don't worry, Leg. We'll get you back in.
Yes. So I talked to Chris and Matt. Fantastic guys. Chris is a lawyer. Matt is the marketing / something else. I forget, but he's not a lawyer. He's Chris's son. He's a good guy, a little bit that we talked. But we were talking about the big money skins issue and the live stream fail and all of that, because they had put out a tweet saying like, hey, if you're not happy with what you paid for, let us know. We're going to do some work for free. Basically, and they tagged GK Pro, who was running the whole thing, or at least the front-facing running the whole thing. And it was more so, and you can interpret it two ways. Like, one, gentle push, like, hey, GK, do the right thing, and give everybody a refund. Or, grab your pitchforks, boys. Let's light these torches and have some fun. It was option number one, though. They were like, hey, we don't want that. We want you to just... We don't want to create a Twitter mob, which is what everybody tries to do nowadays, it seems, for every little thing.
It depends on the mob and the twit.
Yes. Well, there's a new head twit, so... Hey, I had to. If you haven't heard about it, I mean, like...
I chose my words specifically.
Yes. Hey, and if you haven't heard about that news, where are you living? Because I'm impressed.
I mean, I would hope that they're just a person who does no social media that's probably safer and better for their general health anyway.
It probably really is, but you should follow us on Twitter at halfinthebagdg.
Well, that's because we provide great, well thought out and planned social commentary. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, those are fancy words.
It's not boobies. Sorry, everybody.
No, sorry.
Or washboard abs. We do not have that.
No. We have children.
Although, you know what? I think we would get a lot more followers if we did a washboard abs disc of the week.
Oh, man. But it was a good 20-minute conversation, I'd say, is kind of how it proceeded. This was definitely the first interview I've done. So lots to learn, but I think overall it went really well.
I was going to ask, how did you feel that you did as a first-time interviewer?
Oh, there are definitely things I learned. I mean, just in general, probably like when to shut up kind of thing, because I treated it more like a conversation.
Yeah.
And I kind of figured it out after the first couple minutes of just like, shut the hell up, let them talk, and then ask a question. Clarify or whatever. But it was mostly,
Yeah, the
learning.
conversational format really works more if it's kind of a debate
Yeah.
as opposed to an interview.
Yes.
But yeah, well,
Generally, it worked.
Well,
I
mean,
think.
and for those who have read the article, I feel like you got a general good sense of what was going on, which was mostly just kind of clarifying their position.
Yes.
Because it seems like overall, no one has specifically, as of the recording of this, heard a specific side of the story from GK Pro, as we'll call the organizer for the live stream, for lack of a better term, or front person.
GK
front
Pro,
company.
The owner of Eagles Crossing or Mason Productions. I've reached out to all of them and only heard back from DiscGolf.Law. So they're the only ones quoted because they're the only ones who talk to me.
Yep. Well,
funny how that works.
At this point, there's also there's probably some pride,
Oh, yeah.
A little damaged pride, because I did check out the Vimeo link, and
Oof.
the fact that it was like stock footage for like almost 40-ish minutes, like half hour
50.
or something like that. Yeah, or it was 50.
It was,
and then
it was
just
50-50.
One like static frame of some dinosaurs for a
Oh
good
yeah,
long while.
yeah. That was like the first couple minutes was the countdown, what you'd normally expect to see for a live stream like that. And then it was that static shot of whatever that hole is with dinosaurs.
Yeah, it was strange. And then the actual play started happening, and like, ooh, man, you could not hear anything except for like the cameraman crunching.
Yes.
And then there was a good 10-second shot. No, not 10.
Yep.
5-second shot of a cable. I was like,
yes,
that's a really interesting cable in the
and then
box there.
I don't know how far into it you watched, but a little bit later they're all putting at this hole, and you see the first guy putt, he misses, whoop-de-doo. And then they just focus on somebody else, and you just see a disc fly across the screen because they're not actually focused on whoever's actually putting next at the time. It was something, to say the least. Yeah. It's still up for some reason. I don't know why. I have downloaded a copy.
Well, I would assume probably contractual obligation. Like it has to be up for X amount of something.
Enjoy it while it lasts. I did timestamp it, so it will start when something actually happens, which is like 53 minutes in. Which, fun fact, the service I use to play it on my website, you have to put in the time that you want it to start in seconds.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I had to do some quick math. And I was like, hang on. 53 minutes in seconds. Calculators are fantastic.
Yep. Screw doing the mental math on that.
Yeah. Just not worth it. Not worth it. By
so,
the time...
I mean...
Yeah. But I'm not like... I don't hold... I mean, to a certain extent, GK Pro, everybody involved in this takes some fault. I would be curious as to who promised what, and I don't know if we'll ever get that answer, unfortunately.
Well, as you said, so I don't know how many users out there, oh my goodness, listeners or viewers out there specifically know this, but the so Wi-Fi is actually still collision based. It's not.
Oh God, it's so bad.
It's not like a wired connection where the routing can happen properly, so signals can be happening simultaneously and not accidentally get data and information lost.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Wi-Fi can. So the fact that in the article you also were like, hey, Friday's test run seemed to go okay, but once people started hopping on the Wi-Fi, which I agree with you, is why wasn't there either a standalone Wi-Fi network that was created for this, or at least they just password protected it, which it wouldn't
Yeah.
have stopped all interference, because even if you're not connected to it, everyone's phone signal would have messed with stuff a little bit. But
Yes, but it theoretically would have been better.
oh yeah,
Theoretically.
no,
And
should have been significantly better.
so apparently where they're at, cell service is pretty terrible because they're in the middle of Missouri. They're an hour away from St. Louis, give or take. And I forget, someone had mentioned which carriers worked and which ones didn't. And so he has built into the price just free public Wi-Fi. You show up, and because he's in the middle of nowhere, and apparently it's like a 1.5 mile, 2 mile drive from the road on the property before you get to the disc golf course. It's not like he has to worry about anybody scamming off of it, like free hotel Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So there was
But yeah,
that,
for
where
the-
it's just, and mesh Wi-Fi just complicates that even more because you've got all those nodes hopping off of each other, and it's a hot mess.
If the mesh is set up properly, it should actually make it better. But with that
Theoretic-
much,
yes.
with that much traffic, you're gonna experience a lot
It's-
more
yeah.
issue.
And who knows what kind of main line that the internet is actually hooked up to. Is it gigabit?
It was all those Twitch streamers who were all trying to stream the Skins game live.
Yep. Getting in on that
Killing
tub
the
meta.
uploads. Yep. The disc golf tub meta.
Yep. There's a niche of a niche.
It's not a washboard stream. It's a keg stream.
Yeah.
The
working on
most
it.
sober keg stream you've ever seen.
Yes. Yes. So, yeah, there's a lot of things. On the website, I think it still says, at least at this time, they haven't taken it down, that they ran miles of cable for the cameras, which would indicate to me that these cameras should have been hardlined into something.
Well, what they could have been doing is a cable converted to NDI, which NDI is actually supposed to specifically be for transmitting through wireless signals.
Yeah.
So that way, you can still have broadcast quality images. Now, the cables they may have laid down just went from like a variety of different positions to a node, to a transmitter. And that's what they actually meant. But
The way the interviews were talking about this, it sounded like all these cameras were going to be hardlined in, was the impression that was given. Now, as I sat and thought about it, I'm like, this is disc golf. This isn't golf. You can't just plop a camera down and then just use crazy zoom. You're in the woods.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense. And yeah. And I don't think any of those cameras had monopods either, because that footage was all over the place.
Yeah, well, and that's just it. The interviews may have been before things were officially squared away, so some things may have changed. Like I said, they may have initially thought they were going to hardline everything in, but then it was actually just going to transmitter nodes.
Yeah. And who knows what, like, I'm assuming, because this GK Pro is a post-production, so they'll just video everything and then, edit it later. They don't do live. So I assume Mason Productions is like, yep, and whether it's an overzealous sales guy or what, was like, yep, this is what we're doing, and didn't realize that, like, no, this isn't baseball where you can just set up 3-4 static cameras and you're fine.
Yeah. Well, and that's probably it as well. They probably ran a good bid and were hoping to break into the business. And
who knows?
Just didn't necessarily review any of the other Disc Golf Network or Jomez or any of the other
Some have
footage that they could
speculated that
review?
it was like a friend of a friend kind of situation. That's how this all got started with the live side of it. But I don't know. I can't verify anything. I've tried to reach out, and
Yeah,
by all accounts, though, on site, it was a fantastic, like, everything ran well. There was plenty of food. There were bathrooms. The on-site people, the couple hundred, had a great experience. The thousands of others did not, unfortunately.
Yeah. And that's that. Therein lies the rub.
Yep.
So, shall we move on to a tournament that you're going to be participating in this upcoming Sunday?
Yes, with RJ. I don't know if we're going to tee off at the same time. It's a flex start. So, and I think I think there are only 2 divisions.
Sorry. I'm tired.
Laser.
Oh, no. Sharks.
Mini-me, stop humping the laser.
Oh, no. Okay.
But
yes,
I think
focus.
there's just 2 divisions, that an upper and a lower. So kind of like how we played our last trilogy challenge. We'll be in 2 different divisions, but we still played together. So whatever.
So did you find the plastic that you guys are going to be using for that?
I will in a second. I'm looking that up right now on the phone.
Nice. High-tech quality entertainment with
You know it, man.
Super great notes.
It's
all in the production
know
notes.
it. And of course, I'm not signed in.
So now you said this is a newer course. It's like a putter course. Could you just, as you're looking stuff up,
Yeah, so
for
this is at Northside Park, which is a brand new. Aha, I found it. Brand new course that just opened a month or 2 ago. It's a 9-hole course, 2,000 feet. So very short course. That's why I say it's only a putter course. And I did find the discs that you are going to get.
Ooh.
Yes. So you'll be provided a driver, the Dystopia 10.5-2.2. The Frag mid-range, I am trying to enunciate that, the Frag 5205. So that's a Justice.
Now, my question is it a single G or a double G?
Single. They missed the marketing opportunity with double G.
Yeah,
could have got some jerky.
Oh, well, I was thinking they could make like a pun on Tigger. It's like, but then as I'm thinking about it, nope. Every time I try to make a word that like would rhyme, I'm like, nope, no, can't sit. No, that's too close to some other words.
Yes,
nope, bad touch.
Okay,
so maybe 1G was the right one.
Yes. You could always go with the Bouncing Betty. That's, double entendre, but hey. This is by Doomsday Disc, so I don't know how that would go. And your putter is the Landmine. It is a 2202.
Well, now you want to talk about Bouncing Betties.
Yep. Yeah.
So Doomsday, I'm not as familiar with them.
They're pretty new. There are 3 levels here. There is the Beginner Famine Division, the Intermediate War Division, and I'm in the Conquest Division.
There's some really intense names for...
Yeah. There are currently...
Little did you know you're actually LARPing Cyberpunk 2077 while also trying to play some disc golf.
Easy there, Choom. Which I did watch the first episode of the Cyberpunk 2077, whatever the anime.
Not Risk Runners.
Edge Runner?
Yes, thank you.
It was good. I mean...
Oh, that's what I've heard. It's on my list of things to watch when I don't need to,
There are... So this could be my biggest win yet if I do end up winning. Last time, there was 2 people in my division, including me, This time, there are 3.
Nice.
So
how
yeah.
are they divvying up the divisions then? Are you
whatever
actually,
you sign
turning
up
in-
for.
Huh.
Yep. So you play. We're gonna play 2 laps essentially. How we'd play Castaldo to get 18, and it's gonna be fun.
So-
I'll be playing the course blind, but given the fact that each hole is on average 225 feet, I'm not too concerned.
Yeah, if you're not shooting at least 5 down, I'm gonna be disappointed in you. This is Castaldo level, man.
Yeah,
Come on
I
now.
know. From what I've heard described, less trees.
Oh,
So,
see, like
it's
you should
like-
best getting at least 5 down. Come on,
It's
now.
basically who's going to make the least mistakes with discs they don't know. And
Yep.
considering that mid-range is basically a justice, I think I'll do okay.
Well, I mean, there is some consideration with whether or not the plastic is going to be
Yeah, that's the other
how
thing.
that's going to handle. Because it's still slotted to be warm-ish, I think,
Yes.
but I can't remember exactly what this upcoming Sunday is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Ooh, and a time change.
Everything is a par 3, and I just pulled up the map here. I've got one hole where there's a couple of trees. 2 holes with a couple of trees. Yeah, there's not much. It's going to be interesting, to say the least.
Well, you know.
I'm excited.
So has RJ signed himself up for the middle of the pack, or is he going advanced?
I think he's going beginner.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So hole 1, I don't know if I can get there in one throw. 153 feet.
I believe you need to just blast that putter straight into the chains there, buddy.
Hole 2 is 167. Hole 3 is 167. Hole 4 is 255.
Okay, mid-range right into the chains, yeah.
Hole 5, 365 feet.
Oh,
So that's a decent throw.
yeah.
Hole 6, 260. Looks like actually a tunnel shot, and you have to worry about someone's backyard by the basket.
Awesome. Awesome.
Hole 7,
If you get in their
260.
swimming pool, it's definitely out of bounds.
Yeah. Hole 8, 179. Hole 9, 195 feet. So,
That's a really anticlimactic. Like, if you're gonna make a 360,
well, here's the problem.
hole 9 now. Come on.
With the way the land that they're working with, they had to work around the soccer field, the 6 tennis courts, 1 baseball field,
How
and
many
2
damn tennis
softball
courts you
fields.
need? No one needs 6 damn tennis courts in the same area.
I think,
Like, maybe 4.
well, this is Northside Park, and I believe Northside High School is right next door. So while these are probably technically public lands, I think the high school is going to be using it.
them.
Yeah. So
Fine.
let's take a look.
I-
RJ
you know what?
is
No,
playing
Stick with
beginner.
my earlier comment. RJ, you had best dominate that beginner round.
There's 35 people in that division.
I need you to be Johnny Knoxville in the ringer. You are
Don't be Eric Cartman. Be Johnny Knoxville.
it's
That's
it's bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him.
yeah. I'm curious how these are going to fly. I can't wait. Apparently there's only one hole that I might throw the distance driver on.
Yeah, but even then, you'll probably wind up throwing that mid-range significantly farther than it's supposed to go.
Yeah. Well, especially this this driver seems to be understable. Neutral at best.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's going to be fun.
So, do you know where this disc company is based out of? Are they U.S. or are they...
I do not know, to be completely honest. But a quick Google search will tell me.
Now, if I get you a rough drawing of the gnarly ball crusher, do you think we can get them to produce our disc?
Maybe. About us. I'm on the Doomsday Disc website. I could join their team.
Ooh. Did they have a bunch of Fallout-inspired stamps? You know, I should be looking... Why am I not looking this up, too?
I don't know either. So they have a couple different plastic lines. There's the Prepper line, the Munitions line, the Conspiracy line, and the Catastrophic line. You reap what you throw. I like it. Except for the fact that I cannot figure out where these ship from.
Oh, we're not kidding.
Yep.
Yeah, I went to About Us, and it is reap what you throw. I'm enjoying that line, though.
I do. The stamps are pretty cool. The landmine. I mean, you can't go wrong with these prices. $8.99 to $9. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I like their stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, this is the quiet time to sit and reflect.
Yes, so I clicked on the join the team because I wanted to see if it was gonna kind of let me know, but no. But I can see their order to produce the. We're using their chosen team Doomsday names. Hold on. Someone had something that was actually pretty funny. And where is it? Dream Crusher. We're definitely going to be able to get the gnarly ball crusher produced by these guys.
Yes.
Absolutely. Death putt.
Apparently, to be part of the team, it's
putt?
Not difficult.
Putt.
The what?
Someone's name is Boba Putt.
Where are you seeing these?
All the way at the survival team at the bottom of their Join Us page.
Oh, somehow I ended up on the Prepper team pack. I must have accidentally clicked something. Nope. It's not showing up on my phone.
Yeah, I can't see him. Huh. Yeah, I cannot figure out where they are from.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool stuff, don't get me wrong. I like their logo, and I think we should totally try to get the gnarly ball crusher made.
Absolutely. Or, figure out how we can make it ourselves. But
with a lot of money.
We just need a 3D printer, right? That's it.
There actually is a company that's doing it that way. Noob Sim House. Yeah. They are... It's pretty cool. I've felt a couple of the discs. Somebody I played a tournament with had one of them. And I think it was an early version because it looked 3D printed, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also kind of rough. Not something I'd really want to try to throw. But this was also 2 years ago. And from what I understand, they're still around and making a whole bunch of discs. And as a small independent company, I would assume 3D printing would be the best way most cost-effective way.
Yeah.
Because you could just kind of print on demand or, build up a small stock. Because if you go with like any one of these major manufacturers, you have to do hundreds, if not more, for a run. So, Doomsday Discs. Maybe I'll join the team.
Maybe we should.
I will definitely call myself the Gnarly Ball Crusher.
Most excellent. Yeah, no, I don't actually know where they come out of.
Yeah, I guess we just have to order a disc and see what the shipping label says.
Yep.
But for $9 for a putter, that's a really good deal. Although I'd like to see what shipping costs.
Yeah. Well, when I search up Doomsday Discs locations, I get a Google return search in the map section of the Bevier Park District Golf Course in Waukegan, Illinois.
Yes, I'm sure that's exactly where they're located.
I was like,
not
I don't
quite.
think that's.
No,
I don't think that's what I was looking for.
not so much.
Well, interesting. I'm intrigued to hear your report on what you think about the discs and how they fly.
Yeah, well, we play on the 6th. So that's when we record our next episode. We'll see how this goes.
I was like, hopefully you guys don't fall asleep, and then everyone winds up getting another very confusing Halloween episode. They're like, wait, did Halloween end?
We'll be able to talk about 2 tournaments, hopefully.
At that
point, we'll talk about our doubles.
Honesty, you guys can start early, and I'll just jump in randomly and be like, "Hey, I'm here. What's going on? Hey, I finally got my child to bed.
Yeah.
Can I play now?
Yay. Can I come out to play?
You guys okay with that? Oh, dude, we're going to bed. Oh, okay. Goodbye, everybody."
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun. But I think that's all I got.
As the Frolf season is kind of winding down, it's a little harder to fill out with stuff. But to
be fair, we've been going for an hour.
True. As a teaser for our viewers and listeners,
like to tease. Visual gags. This is why you need to watch the show.
Oh, God.
Nice flannel, by the way.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting all of that teasing. The tees on top of the tees.
Yes.
The striped tees.
Sure.
Because we're wearing...
flannel.
It didn't really work. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm going to see myself out.
It's okay.
But Joe, RJ, and I are gonna discuss when we want to do this. But we will be releasing a holiday buyer's guide, especially for those people who may not necessarily be in the sport. What do you get the disc golfer who's already got all the discs?
Lots of stuff.
Or more discs.
Or
Let's be honest. It's like magic cards. You're just like, so if I just buy you a box, you're fine. You're like,
Yeah. It's kind of like Pokemon. You got to catch them all.
Multiple times.
Yes. Just in case.
Well, you've got to, in the off season, you have to mate the discs together so that way you have plenty of little fresh discs to throw in.
That's how you get minis.
Yep,
we're so tired. We're so tired.
And with that joke, that is definitely the time to be done.
Yeah. Thanks for listening and watching, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Follow us on all the socials at Half in the Bag DG on Twitter, Joe's Disc Golf on Twitter and Instagram, at Popperfresh on the Twitches.
Twitch and Twitter.
And the Twitters.
And, if you haven't checked out Joe's article on Joe's Disc Golf, then you should do so.
You should do that.
All right,
awesome.
everybody.
Night.
Good night for me.
Later.